We must make Hammerhead and his air armada seem useless. Lord Krulos will realize that I am his superior weapon. What's that? A Dino-Rider. It looks like this is our lucky day. There must be no mistakes in our attack. You've got nowhere to run with this Dino-Rider.
Welcome back everyone. So for this video I will go through a few tips and tricks that I learnt while making this animated short. So I created a base humanoid character and then I parented objects, whether it's cube and vertices that I've modeled just to align to the shields or armor of the particular character. I've then moved on to the Triceratops, going through the parenting hierarchy in order to set up and rig the animation correctly. Now with this it was a bit of a long process unfortunately, because I obviously got to create all the assets from scratch, but also look at it from a point of view where you're animating and looking at the strong points and the weak points of the character, and honing in on those. And I know the animation isn't as smooth, but I did that in just a couple of days. So yeah, obviously rendering out in the likes of cycles does take time, but obviously that's the chosen format that I wanted to do for this particular animation. So I'll go back to the character now. I always like switching between characters just to have a bit of a break to see if there's anything that I notice that I can improve on. So as you can see here, I've just used a basic human rig. There are certain, I guess, bone structures that I probably don't need. However, as a part of this, I just like going through and doing the best I can, and I can go through and delete and update the scripts if needs be. But in most cases, especially humanoid type of characters, you can manage the Rigify accordingly. So in this particular scenario here where I've set up a camera, now it's a very basic movement, however just by adding a little constraint it allows the camera to follow the particular object. So as you can see to the right, there's a track 2, and that track 2 of the camera is to the object, which allows for quite a stylist view of the animation. So it was good to break up between the close-ups and the Triceratops running and that sort of thing. So it was a nice break, and I want to get a bit more creative with these types of techniques, so I'll share any knowledge that I do gain. So here this was a particular interesting challenge for me, because I tried to work out how the heck can I put this shield on the Triceratops, knowing full well that the horns are wider at the ends than they are closer to the skull itself. So as you can see here, I've actually shrunk the shield in order to fit the Triceratops. It is pretty subtle, so yeah, hopefully you haven't realized that in the animation, but it's just a small little trick that can work pretty well. And then obviously I use Rigify for the characters, and yeah, they can get pretty deformed if you play around with them too much. So yeah, pretty neat and tidy towards the end, but still much to improve.